gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Dylan Moran.
Hello, thank you, hello. Now, I'm very slow in the beginning, and I sort of take it easy in the middle, and wind it down at the end, because there's too much that's, in your face around these parts in New York. I've been here for a few days now. I don't spend a long time saying hello, by the way, so hello. People tend to use it as a crutch a lot of the time in conversation. They get very nervous and everything about what's going to happen afterwards, so they hang around the hello part a lot. Hello, how are you? Hello. And sometimes you meet very vulgar people who will tell you how they are. I've been here for a while now, a few days, and I'm kind of finding my way into getting around. I think the key to it seems to be a really extraordinary level of personal aggression. It's a cruel, cruel town with the most impressive array of freaks I've ever seen, because where I'm from, freaks do one thing. They are known for their one particular signature freakery. And it's, you shout at parked cars, or you dance, or you're in your urine, whatever it is. But here, people, they're licking trees, they're squeezing the banana, they're lifting their legs, they're roaring at you, telling you about Jesus, all at the same time. And you start to get very judgmental, actually, about people begging. You turn into a sort of an advertising person. You start to judge people's pitches, because somebody comes up to you and they've got a baby wrapped in a shawl or something, and you think, oh, that looks pretty awful. Here, have some money. And then you pass another guy, some young guy slumped against a wall, and you look at him and he's asking you for money, and you think, well, your sneakers look a bit clean. How hard are you working to support your heroin habit? When's the last time you stole a car? Because really, you just look like me sitting down, And I want a Frappuccino, so f*** you. Now, you all will remember, quite recently, around the beginning of the most recent American military campaign. I won't mention which one it is, because by the time this goes out, there'll have been another one. It was in the Middle East. I don't know where you're going next, but, we'll wait. There was a kind of wave of anti-Americanism. Anti-Americanism, I'll say it again. Now, anti, against, not with. And now it was isolated, obviously. It was mainly just in the world. And you remember that? Does it ring a few bells? When that happened, people were very, very irate about the war. They'd say, we're not sure about this war. It seems to be cynically motivated. We're not sure why you're doing this. It's a war of revenge or a war of adventure, And you're fat. Because everything comes out in an argument. People always say it's about being rational, and use of logic and all that stuff. And that's never the case. It's always about personal attack. You'll see this everywhere, and all the great philosophers. If you go to Plato or somebody, Zircon might say, well, I think the city-state should be a self-governing entity rather than part of a larger federation, and I've always felt that way. And, Socrates will go, yeah, well, you're just like your mother. You come to my house, you bring this cheap wine, f*** you. And it's always been that way. But a lot of people were very angry at the American administration, who responded with their own anti-European feeling. France and Germany didn't want to go to war, and Donald Rumsfeld, who's always very good value, said that he wasn't interested in old Europe anyway, he was interested in new Europe. Now, old Europe, he's talking about France and Germany, two ancient civilizations. New Europe, he's talking about places like Scrovovia, Fravokia, Mavokia, Skivaki, Dakia, Skrovovia, Vokia. Places where tractors are heads of state, and people sit down to a dinner of broiled radiators. That's actually what they're eating. Who are going to do whatever America wants anyway, because they're hoping one day to see a drawing of a pot of jam. Please, I'll have all our 8 soldiers. Just describe the smell of peanut butter. What's it like? What's it like? And in particular, they got very anti-French, you know. Cheese-eating surrender monkeys was the phrase I always remember. You know, so that's playing on the whole stereotype of the weak, sensual, pleasure-loving French who wouldn't go to war anyway, you know, because they're all still coiled in bed with the sheets around their knees, scratching themselves at 2 in the afternoon, smoking a Gauloise inside a jeton, saying, oh, I feel so French. And they... until one of them finds the energy to slough off the sheets and stumble around into the kitchen naked. No, not naked. Naked from the waist down. To emphasize their nakedity. Picking up yesterday's croissant crumbs with their sweaty feet. Slashing yesterday's paintings. Blech, what was I thinking? It's fucking rubbish. I ate my paintings. I ate your paintings. You ate my paintings? What? No, I hate them. Why do we have to talk fucking English all the time? Never mind all that. Make love to me again. No, the things you do to me, I am so sore. My toenails are bruised. Well then, do something. Get something for breakfast. I'm starving. No, there's nothing here. We don't have anything. All we have is chocolate bread. We're starving artists. We just live on chocolate bread. That's how they start the day. Chocolate bread. It's obviously going to escalate from there, isn't it? By dinner time, you're f***ing everybody you know.
Stay tuned. Dylan Moran will be back after this.